The ongoing violence between the Mamprusi and Kusasi communities in Bawku, Ghana, is deeply rooted in historical grievances, intensified by state intervention and political power struggles. What began as a chieftaincy dispute has evolved into a recurring cycle of violence, often exacerbated by political leaders seeking to manipulate ethnic divisions for their own gain. Before colonial rule, the Kusasi people, an acephalous, leaderless society, formed the majority in villages around Bawku. However, the Mamprusi, known for their strong chieftaincy traditions, had a significant presence in the town itself. During the colonial era, the British played a pivotal role in shaping the power dynamics in the region. In 1931, as part of the native authority system, the British appointed a Mamprusi chief, or Bakunaba, to oversee Kusasi lands. This decision effectively placed the Mamprusi under the authority of the Nyiri, the paramount chief of the Mamprusi people. When the last colonial-era Mamprusi Bakunaba died in 1957, Ghana was on the cusp of independence. This created a power vacuum that quickly became entangled with national electoral politics. After Ghana's independence in 1957, political maneuvering over the Bawku chieftaincy escalated. The Nyiri, leader of the Mamprusi, was a strong supporter of the Northern People's Party, NPP, which opposed Kwame Nkrumah's Convention People's Party, CPP. In 1958, in a move to weaken his opposition, Nkrumah installed a Kusasi chief as Bakunaba, effectively overturning the colonial system and elevating the Kusasi to paramountcy. This decision outraged the Mamprusi community and sparked reprisals, culminating in an attempted assassination of Nkrumah near Bawku in 1962. Nkrumah responded with severe repression, imprisoning many Mamprusi leaders and forcing others into exile. However, after Nkrumah's overthrow in 1966, Ghana's new military rulers, who had ties to Mamprusi elites, reversed the decision and reinstated a Mamprusi Bakunaba. This marked the beginning of a dangerous cycle, where every change in government led to attempts to install a preferred ethnic leader as Bakunaba. The conflict became even more intense after the 1979 land reform, which linked chieftaincy control to land ownership. This meant that whoever controlled the Bawku chieftaincy also had legal claims over land, adding economic stakes to the political struggle. In 1981, when the Mamprusi Bakunaba installed after the 1966 coup died, the PNDC military regime, which had strong Kusasi support, reinstated a Kusasi Bakunaba. To celebrate this decision, the PNDC held a massive rally in Bawku in 1983, a move seen as a direct provocation. The result was violent riots, leaving up to 30 people dead. Tensions remained high in 1984 and 1985 as Kusasi chiefs in the surrounding villages began seizing Mamprusi farmland, citing the state's new land policies. Following Ghana's return to democracy in 1992, the Bawku conflict remained deeply intertwined with national politics. The NDC, successor to the PNDC, received overwhelming support from the Kusasi, while the NPP, New Patriotic Party, became the preferred party of the Mamprusi. Over time, political party structures in Bawku doubled as ethnic militias, fueling more violence. Major unrest broke out again after the 2000 elections, when the NPP won power and raised the prospect of reinstating a Mamprusi Bakunaba. A dispute over vote counting quickly escalated into full-scale riots. Further clashes erupted in 2001, when the new NPP vice president visited the Mamprusi faction, a move the Kusasi and NDC supporters saw as a deliberate provocation. Violence resurfaced again in 2008 and 2009 as local politicians exploited ethnic tensions during elections. The Bawku conflict remains one of Ghana's most persistent and deadly disputes, sustained by historical injustices, political interference, and ethnic divisions. Chieftaincy disputes are difficult to resolve, even among the same ethnic groups, let alone in a case where two rival communities claim the same paramountcy. Despite efforts by the government, traditional leaders, and civil society organizations, peace remains fragile. Without a long-term strategy for reconciliation, political neutrality, and equitable power sharing, Bawku risks remaining a flashpoint for ethnic violence in Ghana's history.